Hello guys, hi, this is Ganesh Nayak. Today I'm back with one more quick video, and in this video I'm going to be explicitly talking about what are the major changes that has been into the GARP SCR exam from 2023 to 2024. Okay, there are a few major changes that we're going to be talking about. So let us start with the discussion. Now, in today's session, we're going to be broadly focusing on the weightages of the chapter. So there has been a slight change in the way the exam pattern is going to be there, the weightage, and then the exam pattern explicitly for the October 2024 exam. So that change is also very interesting. That has been added in the middle of the exam window. And the change in fees, they have not explicitly mentioned, but there is a good chance that there's going to be a change in fees. So we're going to be talking about that. And again, the major change, which is basically with respect to the learning objectives, that is going to impact the study of the students. So let us go and talk about each one of them. So first, we're going to be talking about the weightage changes. So I'm going to bifurcate and compare between 2023 and 2024. Now look at the chapter number 6. This chapter number 6 has historically been of highest weightage, which means the range of questions that you will get in the exam is going to be from 12 to 16. Now what they've effectively did is they've increased it. This highlights the more weightage that they're giving to this chapter, and explicitly the focus being on the modeling related part, and slowly and steadily the exam is going towards the modeling and analysis of the climate related risk. That means how a climate related risk is going to get impacted into a financial impact. So that has been covered. So this chapter becomes very important now for the 2024 exam, because the sheer size, rest everything is almost same, the weightage is the same. Okay, let us go towards the exam pattern. Now, one change that they have done, this change is not applicable to the April 2023 exam, 2024 exam, but this change is effectively going to be applicable for the October. So if you look at April exam section, okay, they've talked that, okay, the exam question is going to be 80, and generally what they do is they, at the end of the exam, at the last, they give you a case study. Generally this case study is tough. Okay, this case study is tough, and the exam time is 3. This is same as what we saw in the 2023 exam. Okay, now institute was initially giving you the ebook in the form of their software, so that is also available. But explicitly for 2024 October exam, they've said that, okay, the number of questions will go up, this is important, and the time for that extra 10 question, they're giving you 4 hours, and the difficulty level, that means the case study will also go up. That means there's going to be 2 case studies. So generally one case study covers around 4 questions, so it's going to be 2 questions, so roughly 10 questions will get covered in that case study itself. It is generally tough, and they give you explicitly the logic of the soft copy of the book also, okay, along with it. But this is from the student guide that we saw, that has been released by the institute. And there is one more interesting part. If you read that, if there is any change in the curriculum, okay, that will be directly updated via the GARP learning, which means they're not going to issue a new PDF file. If there is a change for the October, whatever is a change, they will inform directly to the students into the GARP portal through their learning portal itself. Also, the fees may be subject to change. That this has never happened in the history. Now what they're simply doing is they're telling you that, okay, for April 2024, the pricing is this, which has been there on the website. But for the October, the prices can change. Okay, this is very interesting. So let us see what was the price, what is the current price that is available for the exam. Okay, the fees of the FRM SCR exam. Okay, if you do an early bird registration, so normally if you're a member, individual member, the price is around $550. If you're a charter holder, then it goes down by 25. But if you're an outsider, then it goes to around 650. Okay, now there's going to be a $100 jump for a standard fee. So this is there for April 2024, but for October the change can happen. So please be wary of that change, or if there is any impact on the pricing, check always the institute website. Let us go towards the chapter wise learning objective change. Now over here, what has happened? There are 8 chapters which are there. The first chapter historically has been easy, but in the exam they are asking tough questions from this chapter. Now what they have done is, for the first chapter they have made a very big change. Okay, there are roughly 6 to 7, okay, the learning objective that has been completely removed, and they have added somewhat new learning objectives. So I'll just zoom in, okay, to help you see the impact. And there is an Excel sheet also which I can share with you guys, which just reach out to us on the WhatsApp number which is given below, and we'll be able to share basic bifurcation between both of them. Okay, so a major content of your first chapter has been changed, so you can automatically say that the entire first chapter is kind of new now. Okay, and this chapter has been difficult in the actual exam, so please make sure that you are in good idea or good content of this chapter. Apart from that, they have added few new things which is explicitly covered, highlighted over here. These new environmental and social impact part. Social impact was never idea which was covered in the SCR exam, but now they've started talking about it in detail. That has also been covered over here. Then this is with respect to the first chapter. So if I take you towards the next section, which is the sustainability part, the second chapter. Now over here, what they have done is there are 2 learning objectives which has been changed slightly. The name of the learning objective has been changed slightly. So I'll just go quickly toward those learning objectives. So I hope you're able to see, I've highlighted it for you guys to have a quick reference. Okay, so ESG. Now this part was very briefly explained, but now what I can see, they're giving more and more weightage to it. The next is this greenwashing. So previously different types of greenwashing was not there, that they have added in the second chapter. Okay, let us move towards the third chapter. So second chapter is more or less same, but two learning objective has been slightly changed. The third chapter is almost the same. Okay, there is no change in the online reading also. So if you see over here at the end, I have added the online readings, but there is no change into it. So it's almost same. This chapter explicitly talks about the physical and the transition risk. So that is more or less the same. The next chapter, which is the fourth chapter, sustainability, again highly testable chapter in the exam. This is almost same as compared to your the 2023 and 2024 exam. Now for the fifth chapter, which is green and sustainable part, there has been one addition. So previously, if you look at the content of the exam, they were just giving you the introduction. One of paragraph they talked about what is sustainability linked loan or bond. But in this case, they have got into more detail in the content itself. There was a case study which talked about the principles, but now they've got into more detail. So this is one new addition that is happening in this chapter. Let us go to the sixth chapter. Again, slight change. The reference of transmission risk has been highlighted and how it is going to impact the financial stability. So that part, there has been a change in the learning objective. Again, only one change with respect to the sixth chapter, which is the highest weightage chapter. That chapter, only one single change. When we move towards the seventh chapter, which is focused on the modeling part, now over here the core content of this chapter has been removed. That means the RCPs and SSPs, the basic bifurcation that was covering a huge part of the chapter, that has also been removed, and IMA and their use. Okay, so that they've shrunk the chapter to a certain extent and making it more readable, because a lot of people don't come from the background of modeling. So that has been also highlighted over here. There have been 2 deletion. The last chapter, okay, the one basically the deletion that has happened, the GHG protocol, which was explicitly there in the previous section, that has now been removed, and it has been adjusted in some other learning objective at an overall level. So what we understand from this overall perspective, the first chapter, there's been a major change. I'll just summarize the overall change in SCR exam. So the pricing could change for October exam. The pattern of the exam has changed for the October exam. Okay, and the change that is happening now is with respect to the weightage, which is chapter number 6 getting a higher weightage, and the major change in the learning objective for the first chapter of the book. Okay, so last chapter, again, very less change. One learning objective has been removed. So more or less the 2023-2024 book is going to be same except the chapter 1. So you guys still can go ahead and start the preparation for the exam. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If you do like this video, just then please share this with your friends who are preparing for the exam, and do put your comments also on the section. Thank you.